All right, now there are fears the protests in KZN may spread to other parts of the country. eNCA reporter Nqobile Madlala is in fact in Hillbrow here in Johannesburg. And Nqobile, we understand that there was a flare-up of protests in Johannesburg overnight.
Yeah, well, that's right, Maseko. I actually want to just show you before we start talking about what happened overnight. You'll notice that there are still people on the street. There's some vehicles that have been torched in this area. We are in Hillbrow here, and there's still people that are out in the street. They seem to be protesting, most of them just chanting, saying that Sifuna Uzuma. We have heard from some of them saying that it happened overnight. Now, you'll see on your right next to that car, that there is a tavern that was, from what we understand, was torched as well, and we do know that they broke into some of the shops that were there. Now, we do know the situation at this point. The SAPS is on the ground. You will see on the left-hand side, the SAPS is on standby. Just behind them as well, there's crowds from different parts of this area. But we do have JMPD that's going to give us an understanding in terms of what is really happening in this area. Polani, you have arrived on the scene, and I imagine that you have heard what is going on here. Perhaps first by explaining to us what is really going on.
Thank you, Nqobile. We've been having sporadic unrest within the Johannesburg inner city. As we said, right now we are at Able and 5 in Perea, and there's also riots in the Jeppes-Town, Penrose and Denver area. At this very moment, the M2 has been closed off between Penrose and Cleveland because we have received reports of shots being fired at passing vehicles. So I can say the situation is volatile within the Johannesburg inner city.
Do we know why all of this is happening?
At the moment, it's not yet been confirmed, but it is suspected that it's that Zuma to be a released campaign. Officers are on the ground. As I said, that the unrest are sporadic, so it is a bit challenging because when we attend to one area, then they start in another area again. But we are monitoring this unrest.
We do know that this is not the only area that is affected. Perhaps just give us an understanding what is happening to the other areas.
In Jeppes-Town, in Penrose and in Denver, at this present moment, there's sporadic riots, and we've also had vehicles that have been torched since last night. We can't confirm how many people have been injured at this very moment, but as I said, that police are on the ground.
All right, and how many of your members have been dispatched to perhaps attend to this issue? Because we can see SAPS as well and JMPD. Do we know how many people are on the ground?
At this very moment, I can't say the exact number, but the police presence is high in this area.
All right. Thank you very much, Polani. Well, you can hear there, Maseko, just as he explains to us in terms of that there is manpower on the ground. The situation here is a bit volatile. You'll see on my left-hand side, there's some people that have come out from their flats. They are either ends of the streets. The police are right in the middle. We have seen most of the robots are on the floor here. They seem to have been broken down. We also have seen some of the vehicles that have been torched, and we've heard from the people on the ground explaining to us that this has been happening throughout the night, and the police arrived on the scene and they attempted to disperse the crowd. Now, you can see it's still some bits of it still burning, but it seems to be a little bit calming down from what we see. Every now and then it starts again, and the police are basically here to make sure that they keep in check.